In this video, I'm going to talk about why your credentials don't matter nearly as much as you think they do. Now, credentials do matter to a certain extent, and you can have a pretty impressive list of credentials, but to your customers and our clients, they're still going to ask themselves, what are you going to do for me? What have you done for me lately? Right? So it's important to know that depending on the type of market that you're in, credentials do play an important role. For example, in the real estate market, finance, some legal, some health markets, you do need some type of certification, some type of licensing in order for you to be an active practitioner. Right. So first and foremost, if you're starting a business in any of those fields, make sure you do get the proper licensing and credentials that you need in order to do business. However, once you get that, that doesn't mean that business is just going to start rolling, into you, right? Because at the end of the day, you still need to attract clients and customers. And unfortunately, credentials aren't going to be the end all be all to getting your customers. And the reason why is because when you have certain credentials, more often than not, there's a competitor that has pretty similar credentials as you. At the end of the day, credentials allow you to just start the conversation, but it doesn't close a conversation. Okay, what helps you close a conversation is results. Now, between the two, when it comes to credentials and results, in my opinion, results weigh heavier. They bring much more to the table because it answers that question of what can you do for me, right? For example, if we have two people, one has a rap sheet of credentials left and right, but no results. And on the other hand, we have someone who has results, but no credentials. More often than not, people are going to choose the individual that can bring results over the one that just has credentials. And the reason why is because that brings experience. If you're coming from the workforce, you should know what this likes, especially when you go to, especially if you're just starting out looking for a job, right? They're going to ask you, well, do you have experience? You might have your degree, but do you have experience? Right? It's the same thing that happens when it comes to clients and customer acquisition. They're going to ask you, I'm glad you have all these credentials, but what can you do for me? What are the results that you have been able to generate? So if you need to get credentials to be in a certain market for your business, go ahead and secure those. But if I wouldn't go above and beyond what the bare minimum is in order for you to start your business. I would focus on getting results. That way, when you come to the table, you have much more to offer. You have both the credential side that allows you to run your business, but also the results that give the person at the end of the table, at the other side of the table, much more confidence in your ability to do the same for them. And that increase in confidence that's coming through the results is going to be able to close the sale. Now, the other thing you want to consider is your ability to make a connection. Because you could have the credentials, you can bring the results, but if you can't connect with your customer or client, you're not going to be able to close the sale. You're not going to be able to generate your business. So it's very important that you're mindful of making that relationship, of connecting with the other person. Okay, especially when we're talking about high tier coaching and client work, establishing a relationship is very, very important. But even if you're starting out and you're selling, a $2 ebook or, product, you want to start focusing on building that relationship, because a relationship is going to encompass that know, like, and trust factor. All right. And then it's only going to be amplified more if you have the credentials, but more importantly, if you have the results to back it all up. Right? So focus on building that relationship with your market. You can do that by building an email list and sending them, daily emails with value. You can do that through content by creating videos that you're posting. You can do that with the podcast. You can do that with your posts that you're doing. There's many different ways that you can do to start building on that relationship. All right. And then bring it home with the credentials and the results. Again, if you don't have any results, feel free to work for free in the beginning to get that first client, get that first customer, and turn that into a case study. Because at the end of the day, you really need the results to speak for themselves. Okay, you need to be able to walk the walk and also talk the talk. So credentials are viable. However, they're not nearly as important as you think they are. More so, you should be focusing on getting results. And more importantly, once you have the results, making sure that you're building on that connection and establishing that relationship so you can close the sale and continue to grow your business. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it remotely helpful, please share it with at least one other person. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below so we can open that conversation. And make sure you tune in tomorrow for another video presentation from myself. Thank you so much. Have a great day.